The barrel is way too heavy.
Got any wine
I
in it?
wonder how old this barrel might be. But even more interesting is the wooden board firmly attached to the top of it.
What? What does that say?
There are buttons recessed into the wooden board, and a single indentation on the left.
Oh yeah.
Could this be some kind of mechanism to reveal the hiding place that Elise mentioned? But why are the buttons locked in place? I can't press
They're
them.
all pushed in
Am
already.
I still missing something to raise them from the
Perhaps
board?
we've got to put something on there. What we got? Got a knife.
Nothing's happening. Too bad.
What about this? No?
This sketch was enclosed with Sister Elise's letter.
See, that's got
I might need
things
it
on
in order to deal with these mysterious buttons. I'll put it down here so I can look at it.
Right. Okay. Oh, but it doesn't include that one though. What's this one? Look at it.
3 stone discs and a set of buttons. It's obviously some kind of mechanism. I wonder why the discs all have different colors. Do I have to align the holes in a certain position? Maybe they need to overlap.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
what about these numbers? Are they important? If so, how?
There's a button there. Oh. No, look what you've done. That one. Is that in place, do you reckon? We'll have to try with this one.
I did it! Now that the holes are all overlapping,
nice.
a small niche has been uncovered.
What's in there? It's a ring. Can that go in there then? Let's have a look.
There are buttons, but why?
Yeah. This one in there?
The ring fits
Nice.
perfectly, and the buttons have been raised from their fittings. That just leaves the question of what I'm supposed to do with all these buttons.
Obviously, your mind is on more frivolous things.
What?
We're not here for the booze. While you are indulging in old vintages, I have managed to decipher the plaque.
Well,
bully for you.
any clues?
Yes, but they aren't terribly conclusive.
Well, perhaps.
I'm listening.
Perhaps.
Actually,
they match with
all
this.
it says is that the statue depicts Saint Ostrobert of Rouen.
The Archbishop, in whose honor the town of Gatineau was founded?
That's right. How did you know?
That kind of thing is common knowledge.
You have
Don't
me
sit around
impressed.
drinking wine all day,
Thanks.
darling.
Didn't it say anything else?
No, it doesn't really help us, does it?
No, you
Who
spent
knows?
all that
I'll keep
time
it in
reading
mind.
a name, did you?
Did it really say nothing else on the plaque besides the name?
No, only that the statue depicts Saint Ostrobert of Rouen.
And
Ostrobert. That's not much to go on, is it?
Who
Unless...
knows? This information might
type it
eventually
out up
come in
there.
useful in some way. Just don't ask me what way.
No, we won't.
I will keep trying.
All that time just reading a name. Will it start with an A? How do you spell it? A? You. Um. Ah! Pressed it wrong. Press the E. Was it A? Ostra. Ostra. Burr.
It sounded like the mechanism was reset.
Ah, damn it. Let's try again. Oh. Ostra.
It sounded like the mechanism was reset.
Ah, damn it. Ost. R. Flip. Write it down.
A letter? And some scraps of leather full of holes? That's all?
Let us have a closer look at the letter before we voice our disappointment. It must contain something really important.
I don't know. Might have another
It is
name on it. You could
addressed to
spend another
Colonel
half an hour
Coubertin
reading.
in Paris. Evidently written by a certain Bernard.
Ah.
Just read it out loud, will you?
To His Most Exalted Eminence, Cardinal Coubertin, I am much relieved to hear that you received my encoded letter in Paris. You will understand my circumspection once you have decoded the letter in its entirety. For in the wrong hands, this account could easily corrupt the faith of those whose hearts harbor even the slightest of doubts. After reading only a few lines, you will come to realize how quickly this will shake the foundations of our very society and lead to utter chaos, such as has never been seen before.
Uh-oh.
Thus, to be on the safe side, I will not send our usual messenger to bring you this letter and the enclosed templates, but our beloved sister Elise. I urgently implore you to keep this letter and the templates safe in your secret archives at your estate. As you know, Zandona's influence is immense,
Have we got
and
to
we
put
shall
them on
need any
top of the
proof
letter
of
then?
his sacrilege in order to have him tried by the Inquisition. This template is the key that will allow you to decode the plans of Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect, which divine providence itself has seen fit to place into my hands. Place the templates on the parchments which the messenger brought you 10 days ago, and you will realize the full extent of the disaster that is upon us.
Okay,
In his
so-
blind, boundless ravings, he has spelt doom for Gatineau and predicted the downfall of the town in the eternal flames of perdition. And you know what that means.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot.
An entire town. He wants to erase the whole town, for he believes himself to be both judge and executioner in the name of our Almighty Lord. And that is only the beginning. My previous letter will reveal to you the horrors that we face. All those terrible plans of Zandona and his congregation, Puritas Cordis, that he assembled in the name of God in order to spread his outrageous teachings as the word of our Lord Almighty himself. I hope that my knowledge will prompt you to take appropriate steps in order to prevent the worst from happening.
It
I
is
write these
raining
lines in
outside.
utmost concern for my own life,
Nice house.
but with certainty
Bit
that I
drafty.
made the right decision.
It's cost
May
a
the
lot, the
Lord
electric
grant
bill.
our beloved sister the strength to deliver this message unscathed and in good time. May God protect us and be with us in these times of tribulation. I remain your humble servant, Bernard.
Thanks, Bernard.
Okay, let me just get this straight. Zandona and Puritas Cordis burned Gatineau to the ground.
Sure looks like it.
Why? I mean, what was the point?
He probably wanted to make an example of them. A warning to all those who fail to heed his words.
So he just invented a load of prophecies and then saw to it that they all came true?
That's what it looks like.
And Bernard, together with Cardinal Coubertin, tried to stop Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect.
Yes, evidently. But since Elise never arrived in Paris, and the Cardinal therefore never receives the proof against Zandona...
Okay, so far so bad. But all of this happened more than 350 years ago. What does any of this have to do with the here and now?
I assume that either the Puritas Cordis sect secretly continued to exist through all those centuries, and for some reason have now resumed its activities, or it was founded anew.
Right, you're the head of
Whatever.
it.
What's
Oh,
all
no.
that got to do with our situation now? And the flood wave? Not to mention the forthcoming apocalypse that Elise was hinting at.
I assume that back then they managed to put an end to Zandona's doings after all, and prevent the apocalypse.
Don't panic.
I guess so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly. And the modern Puritas Cordis might actually want to do something about that.
You mean they'll pick up where Zandona left off years ago and try...
Uh-oh.
And try to pull it off this time. Right.
Right.
Oh.
Let's get
And
going then.
the end. What will it be like?
Hot.
I assume that the answer to this
Wait.
question can be found in Paris.
With Coubertin?
Yes.
And you really think that Zandona's plans, the ones Brother Bernard sent to Paris, might still exist? In those secret archives that Bernard mentioned?
Why not?
So, using that information and
And
the
the
templates we
templates.
found here, we might actually be able to anticipate the next moves of Puritas Cordis?
And take some measures to block them.
Wow.
Okay. What are we waiting for?
Let's go.
To Paris?
Sure.
Let's go.
The question is, where exactly do we go looking for these documents? Paris is a big city.
Think about that on
But
the way.
Bernard wrote that the hiding place
Start
is at the
walking.
Cardinal's estate. And how hard can
Start
it be to
walking.
find that?
Right. So let's go.
Go. Go.
Oh, I see you are awake now.
Where am I?
Forgot about
Not worry, you are quite safe.
Safe? What makes me safe? These bars? Am I safe from you?
you. See, we can pick that
Your
up in a
questions
minute.
will have to wait, I'm afraid. There are a few things we would like to know first.
Oh, yeah.
My
Such as-
employee found a photograph on you. It so happens that he worked as a barkeeper on the very ship this young lady was
Is that
traveling
a
on.
gun you're pointing?
Who is she?
That's none of your business. Now, let me out of here.
Now, keep calm. I think you fail to appreciate your position. You see, my employee is armed. You, on the other hand, are not. And one more thing. My employee will not hesitate to shoot you down if you keep trying our patience.
Ah.
Do I make myself
But
clear?
then you won't get the answer
Yes.
to your questions.
You certainly do.
Good. We mean you no harm.
No, you just want to
On the
shoot us.
contrary, we want to help you. But we shall expect a little help from you in return. So, who is the lady in this picture?
My ex-girlfriend,
Name?
Nina Kalenkov. What do you want to know? What is this all about, anyway?
Now, who is asking the questions here? Well, it would appear that your ex-girlfriend has a certain problem, just like you. She fails to understand who makes the rules in this game.
This is a
We
game?
would like to know where she is at the moment and what she is planning to do next.
Nina? How should I know?
You still don't get it, do you? All right. One more time. Either you tell us what we want to know, or else
Or else what?
Or else we will have to proceed without your help.
Aha.
But that would be painful, both for you and for your
Well,
ex-girlfriend.
she went out to get some milk.
So, you see, the choice is yours. I have a few important things to take care of that
Well, you
cannot
go-
possibly wait,
go and
but I
speak
will be
to her.
back soon, and it would really be too bad if you still haven't made up your mind to cooperate by then.
No,
Too
I'll-
bad
I'll
for
sit
you
here,
and for Ms. Kalenkov.
and you go out that door. We're in Paris.
This is supposed to be the incredibly secret archive of Cardinal Coubertin that we've been looking for.
We must be on the right track. We're going to find this archive. We simply must not fail.
Hello? Are you listening to me?
Yes, of course.
Well, we're not going to find much here, are we?
I am sure this is the right spot. It has got to be.
You can see that there's nothing left here but a couple of foundation walls, right?
Yes, but this place corresponds to the description. Therefore,
what's
it
that?
must.
So what do we do now?
If I
Look
only
around?
knew. Maybe we can find some old blueprints or historical documents which might give us a clue.
Will you find them?
Blueprints? For ancient
We'll have a
ruins?
look around here.
Have you got a better idea?
No, I guess not.
At least we must try it. There's no alternative, is there? Are you coming?
Thanks, but I'd rather stay here and take another look around.
We're gonna have a look
I
around.
don't know what I'm looking for, but it's better than helplessly staring over your shoulder while you study Latin texts.
Yes, you're probably right. I don't see for the life of me what we could possibly have overlooked here. But better be on the safe side.
Shall we meet here then?
All right. Wish me luck. We need it more than ever.
I do. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks.
See you later.
And the
Bring
same
back
to you.
coffee.
Maybe you'll actually find something. Who knows? See you later.
All right. I will have a closer look at these ruins then.
We can move. Blue stone. Let's have a look.
There's a light blue stone stuck in the wall. How odd. It appears to be different from all the others.
So we're not gonna have a look at it.
This altar was made from a single massive slab of stone. That's why it remained more or less unscathed throughout the centuries.
Can we get that out? No. No. Look. Try and get it up.
This stone is loose. Just a little yank.
Look at all that effort she's putting in. Look. That's it. Wiggle it. I think you found an entrance. Uh-oh. Oh no. What's that writing on the back?
My mother always used to say, "Don't go playing in ramshackle buildings, dear." Oh, she was so right. Just what is this place?
Well, look. Look at that. Instito, Finis, Vies. Oh, what? It's all the wrong way. Look.
Ah, some of the letters can be turned.
Can we put that? Does that go there? No.
I don't have the faintest idea what I would achieve by
Nah. I think we've got to wait for something. What's this? A gap.
I can't even get my fingers in there. And I can't really imagine being able to open a massive stone door with my hands.
Right. Buried entrance.
By the time I free up that passage, I will be old and gray.
Okay.
So how will I get out of here? Wait a moment. I have a plan.
You
A
do?
plan that has proven its worth for thousands of years. It's sophisticated and elaborate, the perfect
shout.
rescue scheme. Let's see whether it works here.
Help! Help! Get me out of here! Help!
Well, that didn't work, Did it?
Anybody there? Hello?
I'm here! Down here! Help me!
How on earth did you get down there?
Well, there's this hole.
The floor just gave way beneath me. If you don't mind, I'd really like to continue this conversation above ground. Do you think you could get me out of here somehow?
Wait, I've got an idea.
You have? Nice. Whoa!
Thank you so much. You probably saved my life.
It was my pleasure. Anytime.
I'm interested in this old chapel. I wanted to take a closer look, but obviously there isn't much left of it.
No, it was largely destroyed during an air raid in World War II. But maybe I can help you?
You?
Yes, me. With nothing to do all day, you have to keep yourself occupied somehow. And I occupy myself with history.
Excellent. Then maybe you can tell me something about Cardinal Coubertin. He had this chapel built, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But there isn't a whole lot we know about him. All the records kept while he was in office are stored in his archives.
And where are they?
Who knows? They searched high and low after his death, but they haven't been found to this day. Nobody even remembers where he was buried. All I know is that he had a curator who took care of his legacy following his death in 1663. The curator died 10 years later. They found his body in his squalid basement dwelling after he had been dead for a week. He should be buried in this cemetery as well, but I have no idea as to where exactly. I don't even really know his name. I think it was Michel or something like that.
Well, at least it's a start. Not much to go on, but better than nothing. Are there no further clues?
Not really. He was barely known around here. Cardinal Coubertin brought him back from one of his journeys. He wasn't a local man. Also, he hardly ever went out, and when he did, he was heavily covered up, which soon led to wild speculation amongst the locals.
But he had a French
He
name.
served the cardinal for almost 40 years.
Okay. I'll take another look around here. Thanks again for the rescue and the brief history lesson.
It was my pleasure. I'll be here for a while yet, so if you have any more questions...
This chapel has me stumped. I need some additional hints. Maybe I should try to find the curator's grave
Perhaps we
first.
should go to the graveyard.
I'm just going to take a look around.
You do that.